This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode number 339 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Today's tip is sponsored by Equestrian Collections. Visit them at equestriancollections.com. Howdy, Glenn the Geek back with you on the last and final day of the Best of week here at Horse Tip Daily. This is the last of the top 5 episodes ever in the history of Horse Tip Daily by the number of downloads, and I think it's appropriate that it was Dr. Jen. So we hope you've enjoyed this week of the recap of the Best of Horse Tip Dailies. And probably some of you haven't heard these before because I know some of you have just started listening and just started coming into the picture here. But we hope you've enjoyed them. And this is the last one. We'll be back with new shows again next week. New experts, new tips. And this is episode 211 with Dr. Jen, the 5th most listened to episode on Horse Tip Daily. Hi, Glenn the Geek back with you. I would say from Lexington, Kentucky, but I'm probably not in Lexington anymore. We are on the Bluegrass Parkway heading south in Kentucky. I'm recording. This is the first mobile podcast we're doing here at Horse Tip Daily. As I mentioned yesterday, my wife and I are on the way to the Highland Games to enjoy a little Celtic music and some rock and roll tonight. So we're looking forward to that. But we're on our way. I'm not driving, don't fear. I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and my wife is doing all the driving right now. So we are back with you for the Horse Tip Daily, and we have a special guest with us today. She's been on the show before. Her name is Dr. Jen. She's the Love Doctor, and she has a special announcement and actually needs your help. So she's here to chat with us about that, and we're going to get to Dr. Jen in one moment, right after these words from Equestrian Collections. We're excited to announce this week that Equestrian Collections has a new coupon code for listeners of the Horse Radio Network. As you know by now, if you need anything for your horse, the barn, or you, the place to find it is Equestrian Collections. They have a whole universe of equestrian shopping at your fingertips at a price you can afford. And now you can get $10 off your next order of $120 or more by using the coupon code 10DISCOUNT at checkout. That's the numbers 10, followed by the word discount at checkout to get these fantastic savings. All of us at the Horse Radio Network would ask you to stop by equestriancollections.com the next time you need anything horsey and give them a shot. That's equestriancollections.com. Well, thanks again to Equestrian Collections, and here's Dr. Jen. Well, hi, Dr. Jen, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. It's always fun to have you on the show.
Thank you, Glenn. It's always a pleasure. You're doing such great work.
Well, thank you. Now, you're not going to really put me through the ringer today, are you, like you usually do?
I'm going to keep it easy for you today.
Have me crying and emotionally unstable by the end of this tip today?
I know I've succeeded if someone has tears in their eyes.
Did your husband say that too?
My husband refuses to cry.
He's been with you too long.
I love a man who can cry, though. That's a real sign of, emotional availability.
Yeah, but living with you, it'd be like crying all the time. It'd just be like, he has this wall up now, I'm sure. I'm just picking on you, Dr. Jen.
Oh, I know. Whenever a man on TV cries, he gets all up in arms. Why are men crying? So I love a man and a horse that will cry,
Oh, there you go. Well, it sounds like you have a manly man out there in Colorado. He's an inventor too, isn't he?
He is. We really need a new horse for him to be able to event because my old broodmare is kind of getting a little too sore to carry him around, but we're hoping to be back showing together soon.
Oh, good. Cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
So you're doing something new that I didn't even know about. Tell us about that.
Yeah, this project actually just snuck right up on me. And it's funny because I remember the first time we chatted, you said you felt there was a book in my future, and indeed there was. And over Christmas, we finished this book in 5 weeks from start to finish, and it's called Awakening Unity with Horse, Revealing the Wholehearted Bond Between Horse and Human.
Wow. So this is so tell me about the book. What are you trying to accomplish? What was the goal?
Well, the goal is to reveal for the first time ever the true spiritual purpose between the horse and the human bond. And I know you know my heart-based work, so it's probably not going to surprise you to discover that horses are here to help heal humanity.
Right.
But I know that's
and
not...
anybody that wants to can go back and listen to all the tips you've done, and I think we've done about 10 of them. And they can just go to horsetipdaily.com and do a search on the left side under Dr. Jen, and you can go back and listen to all Jen's tips if you want to get an idea of what she's talking about now. So go ahead.
Yeah, and most of those tips are going to help you start to connect with the heart of the horse, which is what this book is about, because the horses want us to remember our greatness, and they actually want to help us get back on track to being the kind of loving people that we've come here to be, but that some of us have kind of, gotten away from. And really, that's why there's been a surge of interest all over the globe now in equine-assisted coaching and therapy and learning programs. The horses are just gathering everywhere to offer their assistance to heal old wounds and dissolve blocks.
Yeah, and that's physically and emotionally.
Yes. The horses can help us heal on every single level, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. And, that's why most of us tend to feel better after we've been at the barn. I mean, we think it's the fresh air and the activity and just being around a nice animal, but it's deeper than that. The horses are actually master energy healers, and simply being with them and being on their backs, if we just hold the intention to heal, just many layers of yuck. That's my professional psychological term. Many
you went to
layers
school
of yuck.
for that, Dr. Jen?
Like 10 or 12 years of it, yeah. The yuck just starts to dissolve, and so it's really exciting to be bringing this message to a wider audience.
So now the book is it out yet? Tell us. You had a message that you need some help today, right?
I do need some help today. But before that, I also wanted to let people know that there's a practical aspect to this book, and it's giving people a new vision for the horse-human relationship that just takes your bond with horse to the whole next level. And I know there's just been a huge natural horsemanship craze, which is fabulous, right? Because people are really thinking differently about how to interact with their horse. But this book wants you to take your relationship to the next level, which is beyond natural horsemanship. Do you play with the natural horsemanship stuff at all, Glenn?
Yeah, and actually one of our regular contributors to the Horse Tip Daily Show is Julie Goodnight.
Oh, yeah. She's out here in Colorado, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She's not too far from you, I think.
Yeah, I should hook up with her.
Yeah, she's one of our big contributors, and also we spend some time with Anna Twiney.
Yeah,
she's been on the shows too. She's out your way too, if I remember right.
Yeah, she's pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the natural horsemanship stuff is great, but in some ways, I don't know about you, but depending on how it's done, it's still a little bit about, do what I say, but only now there's a please to it. Please do what I say.
Right.
It still seems to be about I'm leading you, and you do what I say, and otherwise I get just a little bit cranky about it.
Okay.
I mean that's how I see it often played out. I'm not sure how you've seen it, but if the horse doesn't follow your direction, what happens? You take it to the next level and put more energy behind it until they eventually comply.
Right.
Yeah, and so this is just about sort of bypassing that whole I'm the leader thing and really connecting on a heart base. And so just, throughout history, we've really almost made horse into a slave, right? I mean, with transportation and farming and all that stuff, we needed him.
Right. Matter of fact, even before that, they were pretty much just used as war animals,
Yeah, exactly. And so they have been in service to us for so long, and they sort of agreed to serve, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to do all these things with them. But even now that we don't need them for these things, and in lots of little sort of insidious ways, we still, even me, and I'm pretty aware of these things, we still find ourselves treating horse as if he's our servant by almost forgetting, to give him a choice.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and so I just want the readers of this book and the listeners to start thinking about treating the horse as an equal, with the same respect that we would any friend. And, just doing that one thing could shift your relationship immediately. And so I just want you to stop and ask, before you do anything with your horse, just get their permission. for what you want to do today. Just tell them what you want to do and see what they have to say. And immediately, it may take you a little while to get good at picking up what their signals are about what their answers are. But if you'll just pause, pretty soon you're going to get good at noticing what your horse has to say about your ideas.
And I think, too, that you actually combined some equine art in your book, too, didn't you?
I did. There's a wonderful visionary artist whose work is deeply inspiring. Her name is Kim McElroy. And she's had her work published, and she's just known throughout the globe, and her work is just so touching. And I contacted her, and I said, look, I think we're supposed to do this project together. And she didn't know me at all. And she listened to what the book's message was, and she just immediately knew that we were meant to do this work together. And so the book, through the combination of the artwork and the message, is actually, it gives you just like an energetic activation that helps you open your heart and helps you connect to the heart of horse. And so it's really it's a small book. It doesn't take, I think it takes an hour to read from start to finish.
Okay.
But it's meant to have a powerful, profound impact on its readers.
And I'm looking at some of Kim's work right now, and I see why you chose her.
Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, she's working with the spirit of horse. When she paints, she's actually sort of, channeling spirit.
Well, I was going to say, and her paintings, that's a good word for it, her paintings are very spiritual.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And it was amazing because I had this message, and it had 30 frames, and she just let me look at her artwork, and she actually had a painting that matched each piece of the message already because she's doing such profound work, and we didn't even need to create anything new. It was just already all there. And so I think you were on the Unity with Horse website, but at the bottom we've got praise from top equestrians from all over the nation who are just really deeply touched by the messages in this book. And I'm excited about bringing it to you, but like you said, it's not quite in a real book format yet. It's still an electronic version. We're looking for a publisher, and that's what we need your help with.
Okay.
We have it entered in a contest called the Next Top Spiritual Author Contest. And we've made it into round 2, which is hugely exciting because there were 3,000 authors, and we're now down to 250 authors, and we were able to get in because people from all over the world sent in their votes in support of the horse's message. And we now need your help again to tell publishers that the public actually wants to hear the truth about horses. So this is our opportunity to come together as horse people and say, hey, look, we actually want to hear more of this stuff. Let's publish a book like this.
And how can they help you?
Well, if they head over to the book's website, which is unitywithhorse.com, maybe a third of the way down the page, you'll see a video on the left-hand side, and that is my book pitch video. And below that, there's a link to the contest. And if they click on that, they'll be able to go to the Next Top Spiritual Author Contest, and they'll have to register the first time they go, and then they can vote for the book. And there's just an extra step there because they want people to be able to only vote for each book once, so you can't go and vote 5,000 times for your own book, so you have to register. And then they'll send you a confirmation email, and you have to click on that confirmation email, and it'll bring you back to the book to register. It's a little cumbersome. It takes an extra minute, but Horse and I would just so appreciate your support because we need to let publishers know that the world needs to hear more from horse.
And that's unitywithhorse.com. Just scan down the page below the video there. There's a Please Vote Today button, and I'll take you over to the page where you can register. So
yes,
that's terrific.
When you do, my thank you is a short excerpt from the book, which is very powerful, that reveals why we feel so good when we sit on top of a horse. So that's my thank you. After you vote, on the same page that you voted, you'll see a link to that. And you can also download a free report about 10 ways to instantly boost your bond with horse. So you can start playing with horse right away in a different way that feels more satisfying to you both.
Great. Terrific. Well, thank you, Dr. Jen, and good luck.
Well, thanks so much. We're really excited about bringing this message to the world.
Well, good luck with it. Let's make Dr. Jen a winner here today.
Thanks a lot, Glenn.
Well, thank you to Dr. Jen for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We hope you can support her. I'll put the links to what she discussed today on the website at horsetipdaily.com. And I appreciate your patience and bearing with me as I drive down the road headed to southern Kentucky today. And we hope you enjoy your weekend. We have another show coming out tomorrow, and then we'll be back again next Wednesday. Don't forget about the Para Webathon being held Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're helping raise money with a live video event. It will be held. Just go to horseradionetwork.com on the homepage there for a live video event being held in support of the Para Equestrian team trying to attend the World Equestrian Games this year. We're doing a little fundraiser, and we'd appreciate it if you could call in with a few dollars. We would definitely appreciate that, and I know they would as well. And I can't think of a better cause. So we'll be back tomorrow with another new expert and another tip. Until then, stay safe, everyone.
The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.